If you're a single man or woman, you should be using online dating because it supplements your in person dating efforts, your in person efforts to make new connections, get those phone numbers, and make those connections that could lead to someone that you could date, right? Well, we're not going to replace that with online dating, but what we can do is supplement it. And that just makes sense, especially when online dating has such a library of single men and women who are also, like us, looking for romantic connections. So here's the thing, we're not replacing. Remember, we're supplementing. But when you're either going through the in person dating efforts or your efforts online, you're going to run into a lot of different types of people, and that's fine. Some are going to be better and some are going to be worse, but they're going to be types that basically range across the spectrum. So they're going to be really good ones that you can focus on and work on. And there are also types that you should just stay away from and not bother investing in. And possibly, if this is you, you need to stop being this person. So, who am I talking about? What type? I'm talking about the online dater that represents either in their written content or in communication that they're just looking for new friends. All right. This is something that I want you to pay attention to because it is actually a very big deal. What they're doing is something that stands out in the online dating world. They are an anomaly, they are the exception. What they're doing is going to an online dating platform and using it to find, well, not romantic connections, but rather friendship. All right. Conversation. That's not what we're using online dating for. So if you run across these types, you have to understand that there's a big red flag that says pay attention, all right? Because what it would tell me is if this person is using online dating to just have conversation or make new friendships, that out as a red flag for lower social IQ, right? And it would also stand out to me as an indicator of possible trauma that someone has had some experience in their past that they're not quite over, relationship failed, and they have to have some sort of protective mechanism to avoid that sort of pain. Or it's possible that this person just has such low awareness and competency for the online dating scene that they don't know any better. In either case, I think this is the type that you should be staying away from because what are you going to do? Are you going to change somebody? Are you going to fix somebody? This would be a very difficult fix if someone is making something so blatant as in their profile writing, I'm just wanting new friends. They're basically telling you, this is what I'm ready for. This is all I can handle. With my competency, I could basically just maybe handle some conversation, maybe some friendship, but I'm unprepared or incompetent for more. Not a good thing to be looking for, right? And if it's you, what I would say is please don't have such low standards that you accept this from a possible connection. With online dating, there's so many possible connections, literally a swipe away. But if you focus on this person, you're investing your time and energy into a very unlikely to be productive target. All right, so you're very unlikely to ever establish anything with this person that leads to meeting in person, that leads to something romantic, and leads to the sort of outcome that you're looking for from online dating. So don't waste your time and energy. And if this is being you, you have to stop. Look, you have to understand that there's self sabotage going on when somebody is putting this in their profile. They're basically trying to avoid being in a situation where they're in over their head. And if you are kind of allowing yourself to be involved with this type of person, this type of online dater, there's also an element of self sabotage on your end because you are avoiding real opportunities for somebody that you could or you should be, at least especially after this video, recognizing is such a wasted sort of effort. All right, so don't waste your time or energy because they're very unlikely to meet. And well, guess what? If you were to meet them in person, do you think they would be the best social experience? Unlikely based upon their social mistakes that they're already making. And do you think that if you met them, that you could turn them into being all of a sudden past their trauma or ready to open up or be vulnerable enough for a romantic relationship or experience or pursuit? Very unlikely. So I want you to understand that this is the type of online data that you're going to encounter, and you need to recognize when they share this with you in their written profile or in conversation, that's time for you to move on. All right. You need to skip past it, or when you get that information, thanks, but I'm looking for something. I'm actually looking for something genuine in the romantic sort of end of a relationship rather than just a friendship. You shouldn't be using online dating for finding friendships, and neither should they. And if you can recognize that you don't do it, it's because you know that, well, it's not a great idea. There's something wrong with it. And we should be looking for friendships in other places in life. I mean, in person, you can be finding your own friendships. Even online, if you want to find friendships, you can find them and you can find somebody to talk to, but you don't have to go to an online dating platform where everybody is there congregating for the sole purpose of meeting someone for the possible connection that leads to a romantic relationship or effort. So Don't waste your time, and especially do not be this sort of online dater. Make sure that's not in your profile, make sure that's not your approach, and make sure that if you come across this type, stay away. Don't waste your time. There are a lot of reasons that we have negative online dating experiences. Some of them are self inflicted. Don't make this one of them. It's hard to win at the online dating game when you haven't been taught the foundational lessons that impact your experiences and success. So let's change that. Click here to watch all 8 videos from our Online Dating 101 playlist, and click below to visit onlinedatingdynamics.com to take advantage of free dating and online dating resources and to learn more about our online dating game strategy guide.